Pathstone Mental Health has a number of activities planned for the next few months, and here to fill us in is Kim Rossi. Kim, 2 more sessions of Mind Over Matter yoga at the Penn Center. How have they been? Have they been well attended?
Absolutely. So the first session we saw about 45 people. The last session that we had just last month, it was almost 60.
Wow.
And so we're thinking 70 to 80 people for the one coming up April 30th. And then the last one of the series is Sunday, May 28th. We'll rest for the summer and then come back in the fall.
These are great ideas, something out of the ordinary for Pathstone.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know, maybe I think great ideas are not out of the ordinary for Pathstone.
No, but this particular, I guess I should have been more clear on that.
Yeah, for sure. It was a really good partnership. So Lululemon is brand new to the Penn Center.
Right.
And the Penn Center's team is really engaged with using that common space just outside the new Sport Check and Mark's Work Warehouse, or sorry, just Mark's now. To utilize it and to engage community. So, they said, we've got this space, and Lululemon was new, and we were new to the Penn Center as well at Pathstone. And so we just thought, well, this yoga is definitely a mental health and wellness activity. And Linda Summers, who leads the yoga, is all about mental health and wellness and self-care. And she just does such a beautiful job leading us through 60 minutes of yoga, all different levels. And we wanted to make it accessible, affordable. So we do Sundays before the mall opens. So there's the least amount of, traffic noise congestion as possible. You just bring your mat and your mindfulness and just show up. And it's a $10 sign-up fee.
It's nothing.
And all of it goes to Pathstone, which is wonderful.
You mentioned the new walk-in clinic at the Penn Center. How popular has that been?
It's the most popular out of all of our walk-in clinics. So we're 10 walk-in clinics strong now across the region of Niagara. And the Penn Center is open Mondays and Fridays. And it's one of the busiest ones for sure. We've had a feeling it would be just based on the number of high schools that are near the Penn Center and just the mall traffic that happens.
Right.
Kids also have the ability to just say, I'm going to the mall, and they could pop in to see us. So they don't need an appointment, they don't need their health card.
They don't have to feel sheepish
up.
about getting there, right? They're going to the mall for some other reason.
Just roll in the door. Yeah, no problem.
That's fantastic. You have the summer social coming up.
Yeah, we do. So can you imagine, we started this event in COVID, and the reason we picked Market Square is because they had the garage doors that could open on either side. So we, dubbed it an open air event, right? So with COVID and, safe circles and all of that, that's why we, decided to start it in COVID, and it's just turned into a guest favorite event. So here we are, 3 years down the road, and, Market Square Summer Social has turned out to be a big hit. Initially, it was started to re-engage our volunteers, to support local businesses that were really struggling through the pandemic, and to support local charities. So it was a celebration of all things local. So 18 vendors, the Penn Center's come on board as a sponsor this year, so every single guest will get to pick a card off a wall or spin a wheel, but everyone will leave with a Penn Center shop card or gift card valued at, $10 to $250 just for attending. And then the vendors we have, of course, the same ones that come back every year, and then we get a few new ones too. They're just excited to say yes to come back. So I can tell you that it's Wednesday, June 7th at Market Square in downtown St. Catharines. There are about 100 tickets left, and that's it to sell out. And you can get them at shop.pathstonefoundation.ca.
What other events are coming up?
Ooh, we have the gala coming up very soon.
But you can't give me a lot of details yet.
So
right?
I can tell you that the gala is at Falls View Casino. It's Friday, November 3rd. We will be announcing who our keynote speaker is on May 9th. It's one of the biggest keynote speakers we've ever had in the 10, now this will be 11 years that our gala has been
because
running.
You had Fonzie.
We did, yeah. We had Henry Winkler, we had Richard Dreyfuss, we've had Stephen Page, we've had Margaret Trudeau, we've had a lot of great.
Mackenzie Phillips.
Mackenzie Phillips was incredible. She was at our 10th, and then COVID happened. But this one, if you're 16, if you're 60, if you're 96, you will know exactly who this person is.
Oh,
is that enough of a tease?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I could throw out a guess, but you won't tell me anyway.
No, I
right?
won't, for sure not.
What are we looking at as far as some of the initiatives that Pathstone is looking at putting forward in the next little while?
Well, I can tell you that I'm pitching a couple of projects to funders. And if we do get funding, we're looking at like town hall style events that will be free to the public. And what these town halls will do is teach us how to be awesome humans, essentially. how to identify if someone's struggling with a mental health issue, appropriate language to use when you want to introduce that conversation, steps to take to support that person, body language in how you sit, stand, or approach, and just giving us all in the community more knowledge to be able to have those difficult conversations, because sometimes you're worried to say something,
Right.
but saying nothing could be worse. So we just want to give people in our community the information, the
skills.
education, and the skills to be able to have those conversations with people when maybe Pathstone can't be in front of them. Maybe you're the person.
Because you tell these, well, the counselors tell these teens that they need to find someone that they can trust, someone
That's right.
that will support them, but not all of us are equipped to support them.
Right. I'm going to give you an example of one of the things that we might cover in these town halls. It's called Say What You See. So we often, check in with people and like, hey, how you doing? And they say, I'm fine, or I'm good. How about you? And we don't really even think about the response, right? We just ask and expect a general answer because we've asked a general question. But what if we said something like, hey, I've noticed you haven't been in the lunchroom the last couple of days.
Right.
I've really missed having lunch with you. Is everything okay? Now we've said what we saw. We've noticed that they're missing. We've acknowledged that they're missed,
Right.
which people would love to hear, right? That we noticed. And that may foster a more meaningful dialogue and connection. Actually, I just broke up with someone. Actually, we had to put the cat down. Like whatever it might be. But that's an example of how to be a more awesome human to someone in our community or someone that you know.
Are you seeing the continued effect of the COVID pandemic from a lot of the clients?
Well, the problem with what happened during COVID was that we were reduced in capacity. So we couldn't see as many kids as we were always seeing. We couldn't do group clinics, those kinds of sessions. So everything took longer. And that means kids ended up on a wait list when they should have just been in a group clinic. So that's really what we're seeing. And now what happens is while they wait, what compounds the problem? So if they started out with an anxiety issue, has it got into a more complex issue now because of the wait? So how do we curb the anxiety while we obsess over something else? And now we're looking at a complex issue. We have about 820 kids on our wait list as of today, and they're waiting anywhere from 157 days upwards of 8 months.
Wow.
And so that's the problem.
That is a big problem. So again, the dates, let's take a look at them, April 30th and May 28th for yoga at the Penn Center.
For Mind Over Matter Yoga. So shop.pathstonefoundation.ca for anything you want to buy Pathstone related. That's always the page.
Thanks for coming in today.
Always a pleasure.